that ugly witch to open the damn gate.
No! No!
In the late 1960s, in Scottsdale, Arizona, Suzanne Barnes is living the good life, happily married, with a teenage son, and she's popular with his friends.
Haven't seen you around here in a while.
Suzanne lived a privileged life. Her husband was rich. She fit the type where, you know, she'd play tennis in the afternoon.
But this beautiful life has ugly secrets.
Let's go.
Oh, man, I'd rather stay here.
Fine.
She would be what you would call, in a current term, a cougar. She was going out with her son's high school classmates.
You've been.
Suzanne isn't just dabbling with the odd boy toy. She is working her way through the neighborhood.
She said she made love with 150 of her son's classmates. Just going through them one after another.
Her sexual conquests are fueled by powerful mind-bending drugs.
She started doing acid, peyote, hash, marijuana. The first time she took LSD, she woke up in the morning and the house was absolutely painted with triangles, signed Suzanne. And then she felt her head and she said, my head, there's a hole in my head. And all the vibes, all the electricity in the house was going through this hole in her head.
But the drugs alone aren't causing her delusions. Suzanne is also mentally ill.
Suzanne was having visual hallucinations. This is a very, very serious symptom. Probably of schizophrenia, which is a thought disorder. It is the most serious mental illness known to mankind.
It's a lethal cocktail, pushing Suzanne to the brink.
Hallucinogenic drugs are the absolute worst thing someone with a severe mental illness can take. It would only make it worse.
The drugs and the sex shatter her marriage, but Suzanne doesn't care. She finds her perfect lover, James Michael Carson, who becomes her new husband.
They both describe meeting as just, you know, instant electric attraction.
I'm gonna take you to my lair.
From that very moment that they met, they were just joined like magnets.
You're 878 and an attacking chimpanzee.
The duo has a lot in common. They believe in reincarnation, spiritual fantasies, and they both suffer from mental illness.
It's Michael.
My father had always been very interested in very radical religious beliefs, and those interests kind of became more and more extreme.
Michael Carson's daughter, Jen, recalls the couple's manic union.
It was the most bizarre environment you could imagine. It was like dropping through the rabbit hole. You have two individuals who both have mental health needs, and now they're using very, very heavy drugs.
Because Suzanne and Michael were deluded and half crazed on drugs, they created their own cult.
Every cult needs its followers. Their first is 23-year-old Karen Barnes.
She was kind of interested in that, you know, kind of eclectic scene, and she was very much a bohemian girl. When Susan and Michael entered her life, I think she found them fascinating.
San Francisco, California, 1981. After years of mental illness and drug addiction, Suzanne and Michael Carson are deluded. They cast themselves as cult leaders, but they only have one disciple, 23-year-old Karen Barnes.
When Suzanne and Michael came along and offered her their type of cult, she was fascinated by it.
It is a dangerous place to be for the young woman.
She's a witch, you know.
No, she's not a witch. The trouble started when Michael became very attracted to this young disciple of theirs. Suzanne saw this as a threat, and she became incredibly jealous.
Suzanne doesn't wish to share her man, and she has the perfect excuse to get rid of her rival.
Suzanne said, "We have to kill the witch. Michael, you have to kill Karen."
In their twisted world, such an outrageous request is taken seriously. Michael will do anything to please Suzanne. So on March 7th, 1981, he rids the world of a witch.
He killed her as she lay on the floor.
Susan and Michael portrayed Karen as a witch, as a woman who was trying to break up a marriage. None of those things were true. This was a nice girl from Georgia, you know.
It is a brutal death in the kitchen of a suburban home.
No one should go through what she went through. She was a beautiful, delightful 23-year-old girl.
They're probably a little bit paranoid. They think the world is dangerous, and with their grandiose ideas, it was up to them to clean up the world.
The couple goes on the run.
They returned to the dope regions of Northern California, where they found jobs as caretakers of a marijuana plantation. One of the owners of this plantation was Clark Stevens, who had come up from Los Angeles.
Working on an illegal marijuana plantation is the perfect job for drug addicts. But when owner Clark Stevens comes to visit, things get complicated.
Michael was the security guard at the plantation. Clark Stevens arrived, and Michael came out of the trailer and said, "Nobody's supposed to be here today, and you're not welcome."
In the couple's deluded world, even their boss is a threat, and they refuse to let him on to his own property.
Michael, it's your job to get him out of here.
Tell that ugly witch to open the damn gate.
No! No!
Suzanne felt slighted or insulted by a man, so she orders Mike to kill him. That's grandiosity. Grandiosity is a common element of severe mental illness. I can do anything because I am entitled to. And they believe this. Nothing can stop them.
The couple hit the road again, but this time, their war against witchcraft has turned into a war against anyone who slights them. Even an innocent, like 30-year-old John Hillier, who offers them a lift in January 1983, can be a target.
We're gonna have to kill him.
Here we're coming.
As soon as they got into the pickup truck with Hillier, there were problems. His leg, according to Suzanne, touched her leg. That is a death sentence. Michael pulls out the gun, but hesitates.
Wait, what the hell are you doing?
Immediately, John grabs the gun, and they're wrestling with the gun. They come to a screeching stop.
John jumped out to run for his life. And Susan and Michael proceeded to both stab and shoot him. on the side of the road in full view of commuters driving by.
Get in!
And John died on the side of the road.
I think Suzanne was the ringleader of this murder team. Michael went along with everything she wanted. He fed into her delusions, and he made her feel very, very special.
But this time, they've made a fatal mistake. With so many witnesses, police are led straight to them. But there will be one more twist to their deluded lives.
Susan and Michael, you're admitting to murdering Karen Bones, Clark Stevens, and John Heller. What the public want to know is why? Why did you do it?
Suzanne and Michael promised to confess all at a public press conference and try and explain away their murder spree as a war on witchcraft.
We rid the world of evil. Witches. People with dark forces.
They did talk about the murders, and they laid down this case that they were being spiritually attacked and they had to defend themselves and they were called to kill witches and, you know, their whole rationale.
Because of their mental illness, they believed everything that they said, and they wanted the world to know it.